1973, Presidential Decree 189 creates the OT together with the PTA. Then, in 1974, Miss Universe Beauty Pageant. So, nag-intra tayo doon. 1974. 1975, Alif Fraser Triolia in Manila. Alif Fraser Triolia in Manila. And in 1976, mansyagin pa po, yung paano ko manisin na. IMF World Bank Conference. And then 1980, 1 million tourists reached PICC bomb during ASTAC conference. And then in 1983, Ninoy Aquino assassinated, tourist arrival started to decline. Then in 1986, People Power Revolution. Again, tourist arrival started to decline. And in 1987, start of series of failed coup against President Aquino. Started, ano? Started 1987. Coup. In 1990, severe power outage hurt tourists, Luzon earthquake. So, kung nabalatkaan nyo, kasi hindi ko yun, ako yung pinapanganak nito, no? Wala pa na kwenta ni nanay yun, noong unang panahon. Yung nangyari yung, yung earthquake, yung pinakamapastog na earthquake. Nakwenta naman ni mama mo sa'yo. Siguro ididibig ka lang ni mama mo ba nga? O yung inaobra ka pala ni mama mo sa nag-nino. Ngayon na nakagibata. Hi! 1997 kapatid. Okay, in 1991, Philippine Tourism Master Plan adopted and Mount Pinatubo erupted. And then in 1996, 2 million arrival reached the Philippine island. 2 million? Arrival reaching the island. Siguro hindi kayo nasanay mag-jump down, no?
Hindi.
Kaya mabagal kayong sumula. Nung college ako, isa nakakahambal picture, puro na lang gala akong papel. Kasi marami nag-disabilities ako mag-jump down. Mabilis akong magkuha ng mga info. Hindi, high school pa lang nasanay na kami mag-jump down. Kasi pag hindi ka nag-jump down ng high school ka, wala din kasi kaming handouts na binibigay si teacher. So, hindi ka nag-jump down, And in 1997, sige lang na yawa ka sa mong teacher, lalo na sa biology. Tapos ay, hindi ka na mabalo mag-jump down. In 1997, ASEAN financial crisis hits the tourism industry. O, pinanganak ka na nito. Okay, and then 1998. O, 1-year-old ka na nito. PAL closes temporarily. O, kaya
PAL closes.
PAL. Ano yung PAL? Philippine Airlines. Okay, 2000. People Powers second. People Power 2. Sipagdan, kidnapping, Rizal, day bombing, hurt tourism.
Bombing kita, dito tayo.
Rizal, day bombing. Okay, and then 2001. Mahina, nakabala ako pagambal. September 11, attacks in New York. Narinig nyo yung balita ng mga unang panahon, yung Twin Tower ni New York City. na ano na din-attack ito ng terrorist. Sino ba si Bang?
World Bank.
Yung World Bank niya at saka yung Twin Tower niya. Sino kaning terrorist na yan? Sino yan? Si Bin Laden. And then, also, Dos Palmas kidnapping. Sino yung kidnap noon?
Dos Palmas.
Hindi, may foreigner yun sila, di ba? Ang mag-asawa yon.
Tag pa nga Palmas na.
Ang Dos Palmas is nasa pangalan ng resort sa Palawan.
Si ano?
May dalawang British na foreigner na kinidnap doon ng mga MILF, if I'm not mistaken, or Abu Sayyaf. Sila yung nag-kidnap. And then, People Power 2. So, dito na nawala si Iraq ng kapangyarihan of the People Power 2. And then, 2003. SARS epidemic hurts the travel to East Asia. So, during those time, yung SARS, nalala niyo yon? Yung virus, yung bawal hawak kamay during nag-our father sa simbahan.
Ito talaga yung sumula.
Yes. Bawal din mag-hachi or baka nag-hachi siya, matouch mo anang hand, may virus siya ganit na SARS. So, yun yung time ng and then wala rin almost na pumupunta ng mall kasi bawal sa malalamig na lugar kasi mas lalong dumadami ang virus. Okay, and then 2004, Asian tsunami diverts some tourist traffic to the Philippines. So yung tsunami is nangyari sa ang bansa?
Japan.
Okay, very good. Buhay niya nga talaga ngayon.
Japan.
4 years old ka pa lang?
3 pa nga lang, ma'am.
'Kuan ka na galing. Ready to mingle ka na. Pwede na kita mag-jugjogan, makatagay-tagay na tatang karabay. Kaya sila ka. Mga minor pa na, hindi pa na sila pwede. Pang-report na talaga sa polis. Kung mag-report sila sa polis kay bawal pa na sila mag-inuman with jugan with alak. Ano yan, girl? Pero ang boy, 31.
Hi, Nico.
Bawal pa na sila
Hello, Christian.
Okay,
Gawin ka kapag-pilit ka. Toy, kasi binis.
Ay, yung mga nag-inom-inom na, pwede pa naman kamo i-report sa mga, sa nakapit. Kasi, hindi na kayo pwede uminom.
That's 95.
Mag-21 pa dapat mag-pwede mo.
Ano yung 21 pa dapat kayo naman mundo?
Sakto.
Nasa lahiyan ng mga pag-inom-inom. Ha?
Sa bahay.
Pero pwede mag-submit ha. Legal age na.
Badi raw.
Submit eh.
Amit sa lima ka long net, no?
Sa meta, sa madugang pag-ayon.
Hindi ako.
And then, 2007, 3 million arrival reach the Philippine domestic tourism. Okay. So, noong panahon ng pre-Marcos era, naalala nyo ang inyong Philippine history.
Ma'am, sa laro.
Okay, so the Philippine Tourist and Travel Association the purpose of this is to make the prosecutor and perform a limited role as the promotional machinery of the industry. So the Philippine Tourist and Travel Association is an agency wherein it will going to promote the tourism in the Philippines. And then it is the one who will organize to put together all existing travel establishments like domestic and international travelers. Bang binabididyohan na ako.
Mama, ginana na ako, gina-record.
Dapat, hindi video, record lang.
Yan ni ma'am, ay nakawan.
It was founded by the government to promote the country's tourism industry. So, yun yung naging goal ng Philippine Tourist and Travel Association. Okay, and then during the Marcos year, that was in 1973 and 1986, so the era of Bo's tourism. So, tinawag itong era of Bo's tourism, wherein President Ferdinand Marcos created the transforming tourism into a priority industry. So, ito yung naging dahilan kung bakit yung $1 is naging equivalent to 1 peso. O malapit na pala maging 1 peso.
Sakit naman.
Hindi equivalent. So, ibig sabihin, malaki yung value ni 1 peso because that is equivalent to $1. So, kumbaga, mababa na yung...
Pero ang ba ng data mo, may mga dapat bilhin dati ka to? Like sa mga piso-piso.
Ay, syempre ako, kay mga sintabo-sintabo, di ba? Nakita mo sa una, 20 pesos man lang. Kumikita ka man lang. Ay, dati daw yung sahod lang naman nila is 200 pesos per month. Pero yung bilihin dati, meron pa ang price nga 1 centavo or yes, may 1 centavo pa kuno. Tapos malalaki pa daw dati yung yung mga bilihin. Kasi for example, pag bibili ka ng mga panotsya or tinapay, dagko malaki na yung tinapay dati, unlike ngayon, di ba? Kung mag-record ka, hindi mo pag-ipatong kasi yung kanyang vibration is makisira sa imo nga gina-record. Kasi ginawa ko din yan ng unang panahon habang yung ginakalamang professor.
Check. Oh, okay na no.
Okay, and then, he also created the Department of Tourism on May 11, 1973. So, he founded, President Marcos founded the Department of Tourism. So, dyan nabuhay si Department of Tourism in May 11, 1973. And then, DOT promotional efforts resulted to average 27 growth rate in arrivals in 1973 to 1980. So, dito na nakilala halos si Philippines as part of tourism industry. Okay, in continuation to era of boost tourism, under the Aspiras, the DOT launched several promotional campaigns. Katulad ngayon na meron tayo ng campaign ngayon in tourism industry.
It's more fun in
It's
the
more fun in the Philippines, diba? So, before, nung panahon ni Marcos, the promotional campaigns is meron tayong 4. First one is Where Asia Wears a Smile. Where Asia Wears a Smile. And then, Philippines, an Island to Remember. So, yun yung kanila mga promotional campaigns. And then, the Philippines, a Nation Reborn. And then, a Nation in Motion. So, yun yung kanilang mga naging promotional campaigns para ma-encourage yung mga tao o yung mga tourists to travel in the Philippines. And then, part of the accomplishment of the Department of Tourism, number 1 is identification of tourist investment priority areas and the encouragement of foreign investments in tourism through the granting of investment incentives. So, meron sa time ni Arroyo na let's say for example, pag ikaw isa ka OFW and then nakapagdala ka dito ng iyong friend to visit the Philippines, you will be given an incentive. Oo, may something in return ka kasi nakapagdala ka ng turista. And then, part nung si Gordon na yung naging DOT is 12, dapat makapagdala ka ng 12 ka-tourist in a year and then mas malaki yung incentive mo matatanggap. So, ginamit din nila yung naging strategy ni President Marcos as to para mas maparami yung ating number of tourists na pupunta sa bansa. And then, another DOT accomplishment is upgrading of the Manila International Airport. So, dati ang tawag sa kanya is Manila International Airport. Kung pupunta kayo ng Manila ngayon, nasa Terminal 4 siya. Yung dating Manila International Airport. Yun yung pinakalumang international airport natin. Oo, yun pa rin. Yes. Hindi pa napapalitan. Ilang dekada na yung nakaraan. Diba? Kawawa naman si Manila International Airport. Siguro in remembrance of Marcos. Kaya hindi pa siya napapalitan. Buti din pinangalan ng Marcos International Airport. Kasi meron na si Ninoy Aquino yun. Unfair. Oo nga, sa kanyang time to, nung nagkaroon tayo ng Manila International Airport. Pero hindi lang talaga siya sa kapangyarihan kaya hindi niya pinangalanan ng Marcos International Airport. Unlike kay Aquino, nung ipangalanan pag Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Palibasan, doon na siya namatay eh. And then, provision of international standard accommodation and conference facilities. So, dito na tayo nag-create ng mga standards as basis kung ano yung tamang standard para sa ating mga hotels and conferences. And then, encouragement of technology transfer through the entry of expatriate managers and tourism exports. According to one of the manager that I have talked with, yung mga managers daw so far ng mga 5-star hotels are not Filipinos because they do not encourage or they do not hire Filipino managers na mag-manage ng mga 5-star hotel, especially sa Manila. Siyempre, parang discrimination as to our part. Kasi mas binibigyan nila ng value yung mga foreigner na mga manager. Kasi they would think na mas magaling yung mga foreigner na yon as to part of education is concerned. And with regards to the strategy on how to manage a hotel. Because during the modern era, Europe and America are those talagang doon nag-boast yung hotel industry natin. Kaya pag doon nanggaling yung mga nag-a-apply na yung mga managerial position, mostly doon sila nanggagaling sa America or sa Europe. Try nyo tingnan kung sino yung manager ng mga 5-star hotels sa Manila. Kasi they are more of foreigners. Kung Filipino ay mga ka lang, mga director ng mga departments. So, ibig sabihin pala, wala tayo. Pero malay mo, balang araw, gagalingan nyo lang. Okay, and then, another major accomplishment of Department of Tourism is institutionalized of the Balikbayan program. And then establishment of college-level educational program in tourism to provide for manpower training. So dito na yun nabukas yung mga tourism na mga program, yung mga BS tourism, yung mga HRM. So dito na yun, amat-amat nga nagkaroon tayo ng mga ganyang klaseng program. Hanggang ngayon, nandiyan pa rin kayo. And then, ayun. So, yung mga una talaga na nag-open ng ganitong program is syempre the University of the Philippines. Yung kanilang program, ang pangalan pa dati is Asian Institute of Tourism. Okay, and then during the Aquino year, so ito yung tinatawag nilang era of economic planning. So there are 4 businessmen who heads the Department of Tourism, and they are Jose Antonio Gonzalez, Peter Garrocho, and Rafael Alunan, and Narzalina Lim. Garrocho, Peter Garrocho, Rafael Alunan, and Narzalina Lim. Lim. As in, si Mayor Lim. Rafael Alunan.
Rafael, ito ma'am.
Rafael. Okay, during that period, the DOT adopted a coherent and consistent marketing for 6 years with Fiesta Island, Philippines as the banner campaign. So ito naman, kung kay Marcos is meron siyang 4. For the 6 years of existence ni Aquino, is yung kanyang naging banner for the campaign of DOT is Fiesta Islands, Philippines. And in 1987, the PCB was renamed the Philippine Convention and Visitors Corporation, yung PICC natin ngayon. Philippine International Convention Center, located at CCP Complex, Rojas Boulevard, Manila, Philippines. So, yes, doon. So, nandun din yung mga yacht natin makikita, iba't ibang yacht. So, meron daw isang club ng mga general kung saan, kung general ka, you can be a member of, or the Philippine military pala, pag general ka ng Philippine military, you could be a member of their yacht club. Pero pag hindi ka, sorry naman. And then, another important milestone during the period of Aquino is the completion of the 20-year Philippine Tourism Master Plan, wherein the DOT achieved an average growth rate of 7%. Mula sa 27% ni President Marcos is 7% lang yung kanyang itinaas for 6 years of her reign in the presidency. In spite of, according sa kanya, in spite of major natural disaster and persistent coup attempts. So, syempre, if you may hear, yung coup d'etat laban kay President Aquino, because according to them, she is not a good leader of the country. Simply because sabi nila is kapag may gera daw is tumatago lang daw si President Aquino sa... Meron pa nga doon dati editorial, nabasa ko, nagapalago siya kuno si Lalo Lanisa kapag nagagera during the coup d'etat. So, yun. And then, Tourism Master Plan completed in 1991. It is a document that consolidates all the pertinent plans for tourism development. So, according dito sa Master Plan is it is 20 years na progressing yung ating tourism industry. So, marami silang ipapatayo. Part of their plan is may papatayo silang maraming mga hotels or accommodation. Plus, magkakaroon sila ng discovery of maraming mga destinations or tourist spots and additional roadways para maging accessible yung mga destinations na yun. Okay, and then, of course, President Fidel Ramos signed the proclamation of 188 in 1993 adopting the Tourism Master Plan as the government blueprint for tourism development. So the philosophy of the TMP, ano yung TMP? Ano yung TMP?
Tourist, Manila.
Sinabi mo kanina lang eh.
National.
TMP.
Tourist Master Plan.
Tourist. Okay, very good. Dito lang yung nakikinig. Dito lang yung nag-take down notes. Bisigilan nila record. Okay, so the philosophy of TMP is to develop, or the development is to anchor an idea that tourism development should be sensitive, economically justifiable, and must contribute to livelihood creation. So yun yung kanyang naging philosophy, na dapat daw, it should be sensitive, economically justifiable, and must contribute to livelihood creation. Pero dapat dito may kasunod dapat sa Pilipinos na yan, no? Kaso nga lang yung livelihood creation is hindi naman sa Pilipino napunta to other foreign investors naman. Kaya sila lang yung yumayaman, hindi naman tayo. Tapos wala man sila ano na siya ho, para sa pagbayad ng BIR, hindi naman nila talaga kiniklaim na ganun kalaki yung kanilang kinikita a year.
Yung ano?
Diba? Ano?
Magandang saliin yung ano.
Tax.
Oo, yung sa tax. So, hindi naman nila ginangkwan din.
Tagbuot. Tatagod na lang.
Pag kumita sila ng 100 million, sasabihin lang nila 50 million lang or 10 million lang yung kinita nila. Kasi sabihin nila, nag-bomb na ganito. Pero the number of tourists is napakarami. Pero actually, nung nag-research ako, yung kita ni Malay pa lang, yung recorded lang na kita ng Malay is nasa 21 million.
A year?
Ay, 180 or 200 million.
Wow.
Oo, 200 million na tayo.
Ngayon lang lumabas ang mga mud closure. Ginabot sa gano'n.
Uy, dapat mo ginagawa mo.
Wala na din na yung
Ikaw dyan.
Na-improve naman.
Ano na pa? Ay, mamay, sa mud closure. Nakita. Turo na po ng mga dati ba yung mga
Hindi na ako nag-research ako ay nasa 2 million, nasa 200 million na yung complete palabas na kita. Nag-improve siya na almost 100% a year. Yung kita yung Boracay. Sa kay Boracay pa lang yun, wala pa sa ibang lugar. May Aklan. And then, the TMP also aimed to establish a policy framework for human resources development for the tourism industry and trainees, and development training programs for both trainees and put in a place that corresponding standards and certification programs and establish regional training center in the development cluster. So ito na yung si TESDA ngayon. Na tinitrain yung mga trainer muna as to the standard of tourism is concerned or of the industry is concerned. And then ititrain naman ng mga trainer yung mga bata according to standard. So yan na, si TESDA ngayon na develop ni Macapagal Arroyo. Okay, and then in 1989, the Aquino administration launched the first ever Philippine Travel Mart. Ito na ngayon sino yung makikita niyo sa international airport?
Duty free.
Okay, duty free. Pag pupunta kayo ng mga airport, kailangan kayo makapasok ng duty free. Para bumili ng mga pasalubong.
Pero may naman yung duty free naman nakiwalay. Dapat ay pag nakaubuhan sa ibang bansa within 24 hours makasma ka. Pero pag hindi ay
Hindi ka nang bawal ka na.
bawal ka maganda ng what passport.
Yes. Sa mga duty free na yan.
Grabe mo rin
Important.
Ang lipatan ka pa kahit ka sa iyong
Balang araw,
country.
mapasok na rin kayo dyan sa duty free. Hindi lang yung nakapunta. Ano meron talaga dun, no? Sikat na sikat ka pag nakapag-duty free ka. O anong unang panahon pag nakapag-duty free ka, sikat-sikat ka gitiin.
Kung may nalipatan ka nga, bakit mo sa imong ginagtunan niya, nga country mo may ito mo makakita ro kan.
So
Imong
mga foreign, mga foreign
goods.
goods nandun. Ano?
Brown.
Yung para na
Mainit ay.
Wala, something malangan.
Wow, nangyayari. And then the Ramos era,
Something
Ramos years in 1992 to 1998. Okay, the era of sustainable planning. So part of the DOT campaign or market campaign of the DOT used the word islands. So they used the market campaign as island Philippines, our lands have it, best of the islands, musical island and Philippine islands. So island Philippines, ginamit nila, our lands have it, best of the islands, musical island Philippines. So also the DOT launched the Bring Home a Friend promotional